a mid-season friendly. I don't know, this afternoon here at Met Police. 2-1 defeat for Kingstonian, but there's obviously plenty of stuff to talk about not this afternoon, but just to focus on the game initially, Hayden. Was that what you wanted from the run out this afternoon?
Absolutely. Of course, not the result. Of course, and we're going to approach all of the friendlies in the build-up to the restart very seriously, and we will play to win. But today, considering that there was one training session on Thursday before we come back, I think the players did a great job. The technical levels of the players was very high. I think in the final third needed a little bit of work, but that comes with, getting the coppers out. The final third is always the last thing to come. But the work with the ball was good. I think that if you look at the pass completion ratio, it was very high. I think if you look at the control, probably throughout the game, we've played a difficult opponent who are fifth in the Southern League and had 80% of the ball. And we've managed to give everybody minutes. You've seen Pepe, who is we're looking at from Sutton United. You've seen the young players coming, and importantly, we're going to use these games to look at one or two different ideas. You've seen Cadell playing as a wing back, and you've seen Kenny playing in the back three, who was very, very good. So I was very happy.
What is it that you're hoping to get out of these games? Because we've obviously got a few of them now before whenever competitive football comes back. What's the plan? Is it just getting the players up for speed, or is there anything else you're hoping to get out?
Well, the plan is we have to be ready. I think in all said and done in the mix, I think there'll be 7 clubs in my view, there'll be 7 clubs fighting for the top 5, and we're in one of those 7 clubs. Not necessarily the top 7 at the moment, but I'm not going to mention the clubs to you. But I think that there's going to be 7 clubs that are going to be fighting for the top 5 places. Kingstonian are in those 7 clubs, and we have to be ready. And we have to understand that there's contrasting information coming out. But what I do know in speaking to people is that the next review for the leagues is the 16th of December. Then if they don't feel happy, then the next review is the 30th of December. And all else fails, I think you'll see a restart in early January. But whenever we start, we've got to be ready. And so if the green light comes early on the 16th of December, we've got to be ready. If it comes late in December, if it comes in January, the idea of these games is to be ready. And there's plenty to work on. There's plenty to work on because just before the lockdown, we saw new relationships forming on the pitch. As an example, Corey and Elliot, which is something that we'll work on very hard. You'll see the dynamic of how Andre Coker and Cadell Daniel fit into the new team. So, they're not playing as wide players, they're not playing as a 10, they've got different roles which need work. Of course, you've got a back 3 as opposed to a back 4. So there's loads to work on, but I'm really excited about this period, really pleased to get back with the boys, and the motivation in the dressing room is to make sure that we win our first competitive game. That might be a league game, it might be a Surrey Senior Cup game, but that's a cup we want to win. And B, when the league starts again, that Kingstonian play without excuses, we use the time productively, and we're ready.
So the plan is basically to keep playing friendlies, as it were, until the league starts, so that there isn't any particular gap, and you'll almost just keep arranging as and when you know that you need football to be playing. Absolutely.
There's various plans. At the moment, obviously, we were planning for the start of the 19th. We've got provisional friendlies booked in now that will take us through the Christmas period. There's a possibility that some of our local clubs will form a inter-club cup competition that we will look to be a part of. As I say, we need to use this time productively, we need to work well, and we need to be absolutely ready for the restart.
And I guess there was a bit of question after yesterday's announcement, but all those planned friendlies, Staines this week, Chichester next weekend, they're still going ahead as was planned?
Yeah, we've got those games. We've got Ashford. We've got 1 or 2 others in the melting pot, which will be announced later this week. Forgive me if I don't know the exact dates right here and now. But yeah, like I say, if we need to play the cup competitions, the new cup competitions, the arranged friendlies in preparation, both on and off the field, Kingstonian are ready for every eventuality.
What was your feeling about the vote and all that's gone on that week? Were you hoping to start? I don't know if we want to say how the club voted. Other clubs have said that, other clubs haven't. But what was it like for you this week as that process was going on and then you're waiting for decision and stuff?
Myself and the directors were unanimous that we wanted to start. We want to start. We want to start as quickly as possible. I'm not going to go into the whys and wherefores of why we're not starting. The only thing that I will say is that we needed clarity, and in fairness, I think that the statement that the Trident Leagues issued yesterday offered more clarity. And so now we know, and I know that there's various trigger points. The first trigger point will be the 16th of December to re-evaluate it, seeing what the government says. The second trigger point is the 30th of December. And in the meantime, I think in fairness to the Football Association, they're working very hard for clubs to be able to have grants that can't get the supporters in, have no secondary income. So I think football is doing as much as it possibly can in impossible circumstances. But I don't think it will be long before we look to start again. And perhaps the Isthmian League, whilst I understand the unity between all three Trident Leagues, and I get that, but perhaps it may be that the Isthmian League starts a little earlier just because of the geographical location of the clubs.
So we need to hope Kent get their act together, get out of Tier 3 and then we can crack up.
Yeah, hopefully Kent will come out of Tier 3. I'm optimistic that Kent will come out of Tier 3 as quickly as the 16th of December. And hopefully something might be triggered from that alone.
Great. Well, I guess we'll see, but we'll see you soon.
See you on Tuesday. Thank you.